All right, welcome back to the New Equity Network Show. I'm your host, Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining us, broadcasting to you live on 1160 AM KVCE, DFW's Business Authority. All right, I'm joined with Jared Fabriello, my trusty co-host, and then we have a special guest on our show today in studio, Clark Ortiz, CEO, Clubs Corp. That's Clubs, CLUBS, CORP. .com. Clark, welcome to the show.
It's good to be here, Michael. Thank you.
All right, my pleasure. All right, Clark, you've recently been appointed CEO of ClubsCorp.com. Let's get a little background on you. I know that's at least 28 years in the media business, but there's more to you than that. Let's get a little background on you, and then let's dive right into what Clubs Corp does for people.
Okay, I started in broadcasting way back in the 70s, early 80s. We, as an FCC filer of applications for licenses of TV and radio stations. Throughout the 80s, 90s, began to build TV stations and radio stations throughout the country and the Caribbeans.
I would say, so Wolfman Jack is an old black pal of yours, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's what I told your engineer. I said, make me sound like Wolfman Jack.
Okay. All right, where'd you take it after that?
Well, from there, in the 90s, we began to network our stations to full broadcast TV networks, and we created the very first family Spanish television network in the country, which spun into the Spanish cable package as we know of it today. The network was called La Familia. It's still on cable. We sold it back in the mid-2000s, 2005. And today I've started a company called iPoint Television, which is an application media broadcaster through all the smart technologies. And we're on all the hand devices, tablets, and many of the TV sets and set-top boxes.
All right. Imagine you've got a big audience with that.
I have a strong audience. Very good. Very faithful. You know, what's beautiful about the new media, someone who finds you, they stay with you, and they follow you on your phone. I like to say this. I put a program, by the way, I gave you a movie to watch, and you too, and it's in your pocket.
Okay.
I gave you a movie in your pocket. It's free, and it's available right now.
All right, we'll be watching it. What does Clubs Corp do?
Clubs Corp is a business social club. We have lunch and dinner, and we bring together the entrepreneur with the investor. Okay. And we establish a platform, a social club where people can become a member. For free, you can log in to clubscorp.com. Right. And for free, you can become a subscriber, a free subscription, and you can participate by RSVP to our lunch and dinner all over the country. We have charters all over the country, and every single week there's some type of meeting taking place.
I heard that you had something like 42 charters. Did I get that number right, or is there more?
Correct. It's solid charters, about 28 every month, and then we're north of 40 as we have different meetings. For instance, our Las Vegas may have a couple. Dallas, we have Dallas and Fort Worth. So they're, some counted as one, some others counted as two. These and the charters consist of actual lunch or dinners at a 5-star location, a premium location, where only being a club member will allow you access to the dinners and the meals and participate. And then we have different businesses that come and present and talk to us.
And now Clubs Corp's been around for a little bit, right?
Yes, it sure has.
How long?
It's been longer than I know. I know over 10 years that I understand. Now the name Clubs Corp's been a few years, right? But before that, it was called Fat Cats, which I really like that name, Fat Cats. Yeah. I think because my mom used to call me a fat cat.
Yeah, okay. All right, so you take investors and companies that are looking for funding, correct, and you put them together in kind of, a 5-star location that allows them to really, in an atmosphere, kind of get to know each other on a personal level rather than a conference where sometimes things can be a little bit more structured and a little less personal. Is that what I'm getting?
That's exactly right. Okay. One of the dangers of entering into business is lining yourself up with someone you really don't know. Right. Are they real? Who are they? Et cetera, et cetera. Well, if they're a club member, we know who they are. Now, we're not putting a seal of approval saying, boy, this guy's solid. But we want to make sure if you know who they are and if you're in a place where you can socialize and get to know the person, then you feel comfortable whether you're going to make an investment in a company or you're a company looking for an investor.
With all these chapters around the country, you must have a massive deal flow.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of deals that do take place. So we just got finished with our very first annual CanX out of Las Vegas, and we presented at Tropicana. We had plenty of enrollees, and We had breakfast, we had lunch. It was an all-day event, which was phenomenal. And then after the event, then we went into Kennex, where there was a lot of networking taking place with booths and so forth, political and business. So we can pull together thousands of people.
I'm looking at your website here, clubscorp.com, and you've got a bunch of different types of deals in there. What are the funding values range from the low end to the high end that generally people would come to try and get capital formation?
Yeah, typically someone will start in the area of $250,000.
Okay.
They're looking for how to raise seed money to start and launch their company or their idea, or they may have a little bit of traction, and they're looking for a bit more to take it to the next level, maybe $1 million, $1.5 million. And so, I'm not saying we're an entry level. We're actually a port of entry for anyone, depending where you may be. We had a group that came just this past, Mr. Lowry, who came this past Clubs Corp, and he presented this wonderful company, and he's raising $100 million for his project. So
right, Whole Life. I remember he was on our show too.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what he's doing. He's really franchising the real estate industry, and that's a whole.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah, it is. All right, the types of capital formation that happen at Clubs Corp, what are they?
Well, it really depends on the investor and the entrepreneur. The investor themselves, sometimes they want to set the pace and say, this is how we can invest.
Meaning, no, what I'm trying to ask, I guess I didn't, let me ask the question differently. Is it angel funders only, or do they scale up all the way to full-blown investment banking companies?
Yes.
How does that work?
Both of those. It depends on the individual that comes. There are, in our membership, there are some that are angel investors. For instance, myself, I really, when I got to know Clubs Corp, my interest is, maybe I'm interested in making some investments in some companies or help network with a few companies.
Do companies need cash flow to get into this project, or are they sometimes pre-cash flow?
They're pre-cash flow. Yeah. If they to be part of Clubs Corp, you just have to be you have to be either in business or a funder.
So these are brand new ideas that come to you all the time, is what I'm getting.
Well, we do get all the time brand new ideas, but most of our members are already in business.
Oh, okay. So they're in business. They've already got money flowing through the company. They're just looking to go to the next step.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm hearing?
It's true, but yes. It's all inclusive, so it's both even the startup. We have some that are looking for new ideas. We have retirees that they're retired and they're looking for that next deal to start, not so much to invest in, but they're looking at where is the demand.
So it's all over the board.
That's exactly right. It's a place to network with all types of businesses.
Okay, all right.
Or business opportunities, entry points.
Now you guys are starting a new project too, 3CI.
Correct.
What is it?
Okay, so 3CI, what we're in the process of doing is taking Clubs Corp to a next level. And 3CI is an entertainment company, which allows us to debut other companies, be able to build videos. We can social network market, teach the businessmen how to be able to communicate through social media, different types of tools that are available. And so 3CI will encompass the business link, together with communicating with the business to bring them to the next level towards marketing and advertising their company.
Oh, okay. So it sounds like there's also training involved in there, because you had mentioned that. So,
yes.
So the CEOs can learn how to present themselves better.
Correct. We're going to provide voice training, communication. We have motivational speakers that will be coming. And we're going to add an element to our website, a subscription-based element, where all of our events will be broadcast online and available to the paying members. It's a $9.95 a month subscription service that's coming soon.
Okay. Now, we've got less than a minute left on the broadcast. Real quick, next event is when?
Next event is going to be the 10th next week at Magali's Italian restaurant over by Parks Mall.
Okay. All right. Clark, let's take a little break and we'll dive down deeper into what's on the next level for Clubs Corp. All right?
Perfect.
All right. We'll be right back with Clark Ortiz, CEO ClubsCorp.com. You've been listening to Michael Yorba on the New Equity Network Show, 1160 AM KBCE, DFW's Business Authority. Sit tight. We'll be right back.